Hi there. Good evening on this Friday, April the 24th. Hey, it's 8 months until Christmas or something. I'm your host, Gina Heuske, and welcome to OctoPrint Code and Chat. There has been a slight change in plans compared to what I told you that I would be doing last time today. That sentence was a bit weird, but still. Originally, I had planned to continue to work on our terminal stats plugin and to look into making it run on two Python processes, one taking care of all the calculations and the other one just being so being inside OctoPrint, so being the actual plugin part. I did my homework and I looked a bit into that. And the problem is that the multiprocessing module from Python does not really work with OctoPrint, or rather with at least I couldn't get it to work, because apparently it inherits all the calling parameters from the parent Python process. So it does a full fork. That would basically mean it tries to restart OctoPrint server again instead of running the target function in our case. So yeah, I'll have to find a work around that, and I actually want to find a way around that anyhow, because I need to get this kind of multiprocessing or rather multiple process kind of setup stuff to work in order to be able to decouple the COM layer at some point. But I first need to do some investigation and research in order to figure out how best to do that, because as I said, we cannot use the multiprocessing module, or maybe we can, but I haven't yet figured out how. And so that needs a bit more legwork and probably a bit of framework building by myself. So that's the reason why we're not going to work on that today. I started working on the framework building part today and noticed that I was running into some weird, no, not audio sync issues again. Ramses, don't make me want to cry. So YouTube is telling me that the stream is healthy and that there are no problems. So I hope that we do not have the issues from last time. But if so, then please tell me. But I'm reading the live chat as right now this is not the case. So let's hope for the best. Sorry, where was I? Now completely lost my train of thought. For those of you who did not see the last one, we had some really, really horrible audio issues with me being like 2 seconds delayed on video, and okay, so apparently today we do not have audio issues, thankfully. Because last time I had to re-up a recording of the last live stream because I really did not want to have it up like this, and I spent like half a day just trying to resync the audio in the recording, because even the recording was somehow weird and out of sync, and I think I identified folding at home as the culprit, which has apparently also has a hold on the GPU even when it's idle, which it was. And today I'm just checking that it actually is. Yeah, and today it is disabled. So hopefully it will not interfere with us today. So what I was saying is, instead of working on the plugin today, we're going to do some run-of-the-mill bug fixing / maintenance stuff. I already went through the issue tracker and picked out a bunch of candidates, and I might also... I first want to look into these bugs that I picked out, because they have been lying around for a while, and I actually need to give them some time, so that is just perfect for today. But if we still have time after that, I was thinking I could show you how to convert an existing plugin to support Python 3. Because I still have a bunch of plugins that I maintain myself that I need to do that for, and I figured why not do it on air so that everyone sees how to go about that, and what stuff might have to be done, and what kind of things you have to look out for and such. So that's the plan for today. And yeah, also, in case you're wondering what the heck happened with my face because of this thing, that was a freak household accident involving a pizza peel and the top shelf of my kitchen cupboard, and said pizza peel no longer wanting to stay on the top shelf of my kitchen cupboard and me looking up at the wrong time. So yeah, let's just be happy that it wasn't the metal pizza peel that I own, but the wooden one, because otherwise that would not only be like this little bruise, but an actual deep cut. So yeah. Just so you wonder, there is no horrible violence going on in this home apart from pizza peels attacking unsuspecting humans. Yeah. Okay, so let's just. I'm going to switch you over to the secondary monitor, and the live chat should also pop up there. Then hopefully it does. Yes, hooray! And then I'm going to open up the ticket that I first want to take a look at today, with you in tow, so to speak. And that was this one, I think. Let me quickly move this tab over. Jim, a pizza peel is like this shovel thing that you use to move a pizza in and out of the oven. And I own a pizza stone. I occasionally make pizza myself. And yeah, so just to use this as a quick way to share some knowledge on pizza making. This is a pizza peel. And the one that hit me looked roughly like this, but I also own something that looks like that, so let's just be glad it wasn't that one. Pizza making 101, you need a pizza peel, because otherwise getting this wobbly thing on top of the hot pizza stone is like not possible. Yeah. So you put some cornstarch or something, corn flour on that thing, and then you put the dough on top, and then you put the toppings on top of the dough, and then you, with a bit of a swoosh movement, you push the pizza onto of the stove, and it will immediately start to cook. And then 3 or 4 minutes later, it's hopefully done. If the stone is really hot. I actually did a pizza course last year in a pizzeria run by an Italian guy in Frankfurt, and I was told that my swoosh motion was really good. I had practice already from my stuff. So yeah, okay, but we are not here today to talk about pizza, or at least not only to talk about pizza, but actually we want to look into this ticket, number 3387, and just so that those of you at home can follow along, I'm going to quickly add that number here. Which was it? 3387. So that everyone can look it up. Pizza Live when? No, I'm not going to do a live stream on pizza making. Oh, on the other hand, maybe I will at some point, because I'm starting to go a bit nuts here, but currently it's not planned. Also, right now, I don't have the ingredients at home, so we cannot turn this one into one either. So the issue is G-code metadata from some slices can't be calculated. And I'm just quickly going to summarize this very, very detailed bug report. By the way, this is how I want a bug report to look like when I get one, like with proper explanations on what was expected, what happened instead, files that I can test with. I also have a lockdown here, so that is great. That is totally great. And the issue is that Albert here uploaded a file he sliced with, I think, with Cura, right? Yeah, with Cura Legacy, actually, so with the old Cura, and OctoPrint did not calculate the printing area for it, and also not the filament length and the dimensions and all that. And usually it should do that, and in that case it didn't, and the question is why. So usually when you upload a file, that blob of metadata will be generated for it inside OctoPrint. It will persist it. And this is what, when you go here, You see when you pull down this drop down here, this is where this stuff comes from. So at first, when you upload something like this little button will be grayed out, and you cannot yet click it and pull down this info. But once the info is calculated in the background through the analysis process, then this will I did say happy little bug fixing. Hey, really, I did. Oh god. Okay. Then this will populate, and then you can click it, and then you can see it here. So I already tested with the file provided by Albert, and yeah, I can reproduce. So it did calculate stuff, but it all stayed at 0. So this is a bit weird, and we're going to have to figure out why. So I did not yet have the time to actually start looking into this. So this might be a case of, okay, we find the bug in 5 minutes and then everything is over and we can go to the next. It might also be something that will keep us busy for the whole live stream now. I don't know. It's a surprise for you and me. So let's dive right in. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is take a look at the G-code file in question and figure out if maybe something springs to your to eye that could explain this problem. And for that, I need to find the download quickly. There it is. Then we're going to. I'm on the other screen. Sorry, but I'll share with you in a second. There. And I mean, there is not much going on here, but it should still. There is really not much going on there. In fact, there is almost nothing going on there. I would still expect it to. So the way that it calculates the size is that it takes the G0, G1 commands that contain extrusion, though here we only have retraction. And then looks at the min and max of all coordinate axes, so x, y, and z. But yeah, this one looks a bit weird. So apparently it was generated through the Steam engine, so through the Cura Legacy plugin, and we can. I here also provide the STL file, which I'm going to quickly fetch. So maybe it's not an actual issue with the metadata, but rather a problem with the slicer in this case. In which case, we cannot really do anything about it because it's the legacy Cura version, and if that hiccups on this STL file, then it hiccups on this STL file. So I fetched that, and let's take a look at how this looks like if I just preview it. So, I mean, that's not a really interesting kind of STL file right here. It's just, it looks like something like a thick credit card maybe. But, yeah, let's see what happens if we try to slice that through the legacy thing. Now, we're going to create a new folder for the issue. 3387. I usually do that so that I can find the files that I used for some tests and all that again. And then we're going to upload the. I don't have the Cura Legacy plugin currently configured. The question is if maybe I have it, but I have it disabled. That would be nice. Nope. I'll have to install it. Question is, do I install it locally or yeah, I do install it locally. Give me a second. Are we running under Python 2.7? This is also something that's new in going to be new in 1.4.1. So OctoPrint will tell you not only which version it has itself, and if it's running on OctoPy, which version OctoPy is, but also which Python version it's running on, because apparently that caused some confusion for people who thought that 1.4.0 is Python 3 and only, and will automatically convert your Python installation to Python 3 as well, which really isn't how this works. And yeah, so now it's down there, and it will also help during support over the next couple of months until we can drop Python 2.7 support for good. For a year or so is the current plan. Oh, I forgot to switch it back to English. I'm sorry. That's still that L10N equals DE thing there is still on there from last time when we translated the terminal stats plugin. And also, by the way, I figured out what was wrong, why this string was not being translated, and that's fixed now in the maintenance branch. It took me until today to finally figure it out. It was really, really, really evil. But if you're interested in what it was, then I suggest you read the git commit. Okay. So I wanted to install the Cura Legacy plugin into the Python 2 environment, and I need to quickly do that, and I will not share that with you because it's kind of boring. I'm just activating a virtual environment and then calling a Python pip install -e dot in the Cura Legacy folder, and that's about it. And hopefully that will work. And then and then we need to restart the server because we just installed a new plugin. And I could also have installed it from the repository, but yeah. Yeah, it should now be back in English, by the way. But yeah. Oh, Brian, good to see you. I mentioned a pizza shovel accident earlier today, and I actually had to laugh when it happened because I thought, well, Brian is probably going to laugh his ass off when I tell him that a pizza shovel fell on my head. And actually on my face, but yeah. Okay, so it has restarted, and now we can check if we might have saved the settings and all that, or if I need to reset all of this up quickly. What? Wait a second. Why? I mean, it should be version 102. Why is it telling me that there's an update and I'm already running the latest version? Because I'm not. That's interesting. That's okay. No, that's actually... Yeah, no, that's okay. But why is it... What? Consider me mightily puzzled right now. Then again, no, we're not going to go yak shaving now, but instead we're going to concentrate on what we were actually looking at. Oh, thank God, it has saved the profiles that I used here, and then I just need to find the path to the engine. And I remember that I put it into... Yep. So do not laugh. Yes, this is a Windows machine. Deal with it. Cura engine. Oh no. I mean, under Windows, it doesn't matter if it's uppercase or lowercase, but yeah, that should hopefully, yep. Path is valid. Log the output. Save. Actually, I think Albert also provided a profile, a slicing profile. So we're going to fully replicate the setup. And I'm also going to load his profile into the plugin so that there are no weird things. Okay, we're not going to make it. We are calling it the issue 3387. Actually, we are calling it here the issue 3387. And the rest is okay. Confirm, and there it is now. There it is now. Save, close, blah. Okay, and now back to our, what is it sorting by? Ah, that explains that. Test 3387, upload. And now we can also upload the, so we can upload the STL file. And then we can slice it through the Cura engine, and with that profile, render profile default. Let's hope it doesn't matter. And we're calling it resliced. And after slicing, do nothing. And then we are going to check 85 bytes. Yeah, that's a bit small. I have no idea why that had to... Okay. So I have... That's interesting. So the question is what actually happens here, and maybe the problem is not the metadata, but the slicer thingy here. So let's check the output. Oh no, not logs. I'm getting confused here. Plug in Cura Legacy Engine log and the latest one. No, that is... Oh man. It's a long time ago that I last did run this, but... Slightly confused right now. We did say it was supposed to log, right? I did not dream that, but it didn't log. Why didn't it log? Yeah. And yes, Jim, that's my gaming PC. I mean, it's these days it's primarily my work PC, and I actually bought the components so that it would better perform at coding and less at gaming, but it's also primarily my gaming PC, and I also already have XCOM Chimera downloaded, and once this live stream is over, guess what I will do? Logging. Yeah, this is a bit weird. I tell it to log and it doesn't log. Log the output to plug in Cura engine. Oh, plug in Cura engine log. But I mean, nah, it didn't. It doesn't log at all. Why won't you log, evil thing? Oh wait, what's that? No, that's nah, that's not relevant. Yeah, so this is going to be interesting. So first we now have to figure out why it's not logging, and once we have figured out why it's not logging and we actually have a log, we might hopefully find out why it's generating empty files from this STL file. The question is it only this STL file? Let's figure out if this is the case. So we're going to quickly slice a different STL file. So maybe, I don't know, this thing here. Through Cura Engine Legacy, through the 3387 file, blah, 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 blah. That's all right. Slice. I would say something is wrong with this profile. The question is what? Oh, I remember putting that in there to test something, and this is me being a bit embarrassed. So we are going to take that out again, and also for some reason I seem to have committed that, and that's not good. I just hope I didn't push it. And we're going to restart the server. And now we actually have a doSlice function that should work and not produce weird, stupid runtime errors. And then we will hopefully also get a log because something is actually running and the thing is not crashing or crashing before that. So You may now all laugh at me, and also these HTTP connection pool errors are because I was testing some notification changes on the plugin repository, and it's still pointing to a locally run plugin repository server, which is currently not running. So this is the reason for these errors, but you can simply ignore them. Okay, and now we will try to reslice this. Right. Doodle-doo-doo. Plop, plop, slice. Oh, that actually looks like it's doing something now. That's nice. Yeah, that looks way more like it. Okay, so we are going to try that with the STL file, the one from the ticket. And plop, 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 slice, go. That was still a bit fast. Oh no, I overwrote the other one. But look, this actually has a size. And yeah, it still doesn't have a. So it only calculates the filament usage here. We're going to remove this, and we're going to remove this, and then we're going to upload the original one from the ticket. And then we are going to reslice this and are adding dash resliced again because oh right, and I also need to slice. Yeah, so what about that one? So there's still something wrong here because I would expect it to populate the size as well, and it doesn't. But it certainly is larger than 2.9K. So this one has 97.2, and if we look into it here, uploads, test, issue 3387. So this is the one that we got shared in the ticket, and this is the one that we just generated. And wait, this was the broken one from earlier that we're going to ignore. 1504.6. Mine is an older, way older Steam engine that I just used. Do I have a new one here? A newer one here? Wait, why is it saying 1407 when my own numbering here claims it's a 1504? Okay. That's not good. That should not happen. That's annoying. So, I'll need to quickly dive into my file system if I can still find an older, a newer old version. And also the question is, of course, if it's even worth it trying to figure out if it's the slicer version that's causing the problem. Because all this stuff is more like, yeah, not really supported anyway. I installed version 101. No, not of the plugin, but of the engine. And this should not say this up here because I actually thought I had the other one, but okay, give me a second. What are we looking for again? Which version? 15046. Oh, apologies. That was my you should stop working for today alarm, which I'm going to ignore. Just so you see what I'm currently trying to find. Okay. Chocolate. That might actually be helpful because they might just have the exe in there that I need. Yeah. Files. Ugh. I really do not want to install it via Chocolate now, or Chocolate or whatever. Isn't there some way to see the... there is. Okay. Let's try if this thing still works. And if so... Well, that's not looking good. That's better. Okay, so now we have that and we can install that. And actually, apparently I already had it. Oh well. And we're going to put it into... Yeah, we don't want to open stuff and we don't want the Arduino drivers either. We just want the Cura install because inside the Cura install there's the Cura engine exit that I want, and then I will quickly just pick that up and put it where I need it, and that will hopefully work out fine. And the install just completed, and no, we do not want to start this thing. Cura 1504, Cura engine exit. There it is, what I was looking for. Sorry, I always forget that you don't see the other screen. And we just put it here. So, and this apparently is actually not what it says there, but instead it's 1407. And this, on the other hand, really is our 1504, 06. And then we are changing the path and going to restart the slicing process and try to figure out if it's even this thing, 150406, if it is even the fault of the slicer or something else is going on. What I really want to understand here is how this thing got created in the first place, because yeah, I want to know if this is a general problem between the STL and the Cura version or not, and yeah. So we are going to reslice this with the new version, hopefully. If it still says 1407, then I have no idea either. 150406, slice, go! Well, that produces an even larger file, so whatever the problem is, it's apparently a problem that something went completely and utterly wrong with the slicing job that Albert did. And no, I'm not going to create a second stream with the second screen. This is just, nah. Then I'm constantly going to toggle back and forth and will confuse myself horribly. And also the other screen is not a 16:9, but a 16:10 format, so things would be cut off on the sides and the whole layout would go everywhere. And oh, no. We are not going to do that. Okay, but the issue here is apparently with the input file that Albert generated and shared in his bug report. And there's still something wrong here with the parsing, so we are going to look into that because it's only calculating the filament usage but not the print size, which is weird because it should. But this complete and utter nothingness here, and also this completely, yeah, basically completely empty thing. So I think what we're doing here is Yeah, this is just the start G code until here, and then from here on it's the end G code, and there's nothing in between. So something went horribly wrong with this slicing process here, which has nothing to do with the usual operation of the Cura Engine legacy plugin, apparently, because yeah, when we just tried it, it worked. I mean, it's the same version here. It should be the same file hash. It is the same file hash. So it from the very same file, it generated stuff. And yeah, I can also toggle here, as I can quickly demonstrate you. I can toggle, and then I can toggle back. But I would like to not put too much processing overhead up here while I'm trying to work, by having to constantly also remember which screen is currently shared and all that. So right now I know it's always the right one, and yeah, that works better for me. Where was I? So exact same version, exact same file, even the same file hash. What still differs is the printer profile, but I cannot imagine a scenario where the printer profile will cause a completely empty slicing result. So whatever went wrong there, it went wrong in a way that I cannot come up with right now. So we're going to ignore that it is empty, but what I will not ignore is the fact that that it is only calculating the filament usage here and not the dimensions, and that's a bit weird and should not happen. And so what we are going to do is we're going to load that, and yes, indeed, it is hard enough to keep up with the lame jokes in chat. And we're going to take a look into the G-code viewer, and here we see, so the G-code actually contains movements and it looks okay, and the G-code viewers analyzer will also calculate the model size and all that. So whatever is going wrong here, it is within the analyzer within OctoPrint. So we'll have to take a look at that. And what is up there? Come to think of it, it could also be that it is taking the analysis results that it gets from the slicer. I can't remember if I built that in or not, so let's try something weird just to rule this out as the possible cause. We're going to download this. That's fascinating. I download it and it detects a config YAML update. So this is a bug that I also have to take a look at, because that really should not be happening. But yeah, we downloaded it and we are going to... You don't have to see my whole downloads folder. So see, this is also a reason why it can pay off to not share everything with you. Resliced download, something like this. And then we're going to upload that. I should have gone inside that folder here and not into... yeah. We are going to upload that again, just so everything is at its... yeah. And now we're waiting for it to be analyzed. And that's taking a bit. It's taking a surprisingly long bit, actually. That was that notification issue again. Doodle-doodle-doo. Ah, finished. Okay. And so... But, yeah, but we didn't get the... okay. Something is weird here. Something is really weird here, because now the file list is not populating anymore. That's disturbing. That just took a while. Okay, so whatever. Okay. So never mind then. There is no problem with the analysis queue, apparently. The issue rather is that when I run it through Cura here, then it will pick the metadata from the output of the slicer. And if we take a look into that now, logs. which will hopefully contain something. Yeah, look. Nice. Okay. That was the right one, yeah? Okay. Yeah, it outputs the filament usage here, but nothing else. No size. And same down here. And if I remember correctly, it should also output the not only the filament usage, but also the dimensions, so the model width and height and depth. And apparently it doesn't do that for this file, and I'm not sure why, but I'm still going to check quickly that I'm not confused on that. Get the filament usage, print time, progress. Oh no, it only takes out that stuff. But why isn't it then? Why doesn't it continue to? So it's providing the partial analysis result here as return into do slice. So we have to quickly check how slicing plugins work, because I forgot actually. Yeah, and we only get this and this, but nothing here in printing area and in dimensions from the slicer. But apparently OctoPrint just sees a filled analysis and is happy, and that is a bug. So as you just noticed, the original thing that got reported apparently didn't even, isn't an issue, or rather we cannot reproduce it, so we have to update the ticket on this briefly. But now we are looking at this was what I was looking for. Now we are finding other bugs. And no, I didn't think it would be a nice, easy 30-minute stream. I just figured it might be a nice, easy 30-minute ticket. Why doesn't it? Okay. Oh, wait. It was do slice, right? It was part of the... Yeah, okay. I was just checking. So do slice gets called here or there. Or on... Oh, yeah. Let's just... Oh, okay. Okay, and result. And if result is not none, okay. And then we put the analysis result in the keyword arguments, and then we oh dear, what did I do there? Sorry, I'm just currently trying to figure out how all of this works again, and yeah, it's been a while. Where is this used? In the file manager, obviously. Yeah, okay. And it gets what callback? STL processed, I think. Yep. And analysis. And then we call the add file with an analysis thingy. So that is set. What does happen when it gets set? We do create an analysis queue entry, and we do enqueue that. So what does our G-code analysis queue do with that? Because my money is on it not taking a look at the existing keys and deciding, yeah, okay, nothing to do because there is already an analysis result, and it's incomplete though, and that's because we have to still analyze stuff. We just don't have to use all the data from it. Enqueue, right. No, wait, entry. Queue entry, yeah, enqueue queue entry. Enqueue queue entry, not in entry type, and the entry type will be this one, an apps and a G-code analysis queue. And that gets called here. No, wait. Enqueue entry. Okay. So far so good. So here we have not yet aborted the processing due to an analysis already being in there, but entry, analyze entry. It should actually still try to analyze it. Okay, here we go. What we are going to do is we're going to set a breakpoint here because I want to see what happens. So when no, that was actually correct. When I slice this thing here, here, then I would expect it, yep, to run in here. And now we have queue entry, and queue entry has an absolute path and analysis result, which we know is not complete because we only have the filament usage for 2 tools. And that's it. And then we enqueue it into the analysis queue, and we're going to set a breakpoint. No, we are going to follow it. Enqueue. Entry type is in there, and then we're going to enqueue it in this thing. And now we are in here, which is the enqueue method of the abstract analysis queue. And it's high priority. So we're setting that flag, and then we are putting it into the queue, and there it will be gotten out of again here. So we are going to, yep, and there we have it. Is it the right entry? We are going to check. Looks okay. Then we give it over to analyzation or analysis, apologies. Path, starting, firing the event that we started. Then we do the analysis. And there's the problem. If self dot underscore current analysis, then return self current analysis. And we don't want that. That's wrong. Because this thing here does not necessarily have need to have all the available data that we want, or all the data that we want. And yeah, so we cannot just blindly use that thing. We actually have to check that all the keys that we would normally set down here are present in that thing. So if this is set and also the keys are present, then we can use it. And otherwise we have to run through this, and then we cannot just override everything, but anything that was already there we should use, and anything else we should set. So that would be the idea. So that the slicer wins. So the data that we already have in here, which is where is my entry? Oh, it's special variable, right? No, also not. Oh no, whatever. Self underscore current is the, yeah, okay. So so we want to make sure that if we get analysis data from the file at command, that we trust that and that we take that into the metadata, but we also want to enrich that with the additional data. So this is wrong because that just takes it and doesn't enrich it, but just overwriting it like we do down here with a new analysis result would also be wrong. So what we do instead is so first of all, to achieve that, we can wait, no, that we can reuse this block here. So we build up the result. Yes, exactly. That's the goal here, forcing OctoPrint to perform analysis if entries are missing. So we're going to use a utility method here that OctoPrint provides, because I constantly found myself having to use something like that, and that is dict merge, which recursively deep merges two dictionaries. So if you have two dictionaries, and if you have a dictionary that just contains simple key value mappings in Python, you can just update one with the other and then it will be merged. But if you have a dictionary that can contain values that again are dictionaries, which can contain values which again are dictionaries and all that, and you want to recursively merge that, then you need something that does that for you, and this method here does it. So you merge this onto this. So anything that is in here wins over that. That is the idea here. So what we will do is we are going to not return result, but instead we're going to return the result of merging, dict merging result, and on that our analysis. And of course we have to import dict merge up here. Yeah. No, not clean, merge. Yeah. And yeah, that's that. And what we can do here is be a bit, or do we want to? I'm currently wondering if we do it the easy way or the hard way, because the easy way would just be to check if printing area, dimensions, estimated print time, and filament are contained in the analysis that we get as an input to this method, and if so, we consider it complete. Or if we actually want to do a deep dive there and check if we have at least one entry in the filament dictionary, and that entry or that all entries in there contain a length and a volume. And I'm a bit undecided right now. Let's first try the easy way and figure out if this actually works. So actually we should maybe stop the server, because right now it's still stuck in this breakpoint, or rather in this point where we walked to after being stuck in the breakpoint. So if we have a current analysis result, and we maybe should also add an instance check, because whatever that is, we want to make sure it actually is a dict. No, wait, do we? Nah, I think that's going a bit too far, because where should it come from? It is always a dict. And all lambda x in analysis, and I cannot. Okay, no, that's and oh, it's a tricky word for a Friday evening, really. Okay, and we have what entries did we have again? Printing area, dimensions. Oh wait, that should not be part of, yeah. Dimensions. Okay, that's easier. Printing area, dimensions, estimated print time, and filament. So these keys need to be in there, all of them. So that is, yeah, that is a bit of a weird Python construct here, but what I did is I said that all of the items in the iterable within this call here need to be true. And the iterable I construct on the fly, and it's a map of this lambda function, which is like an inline function, applied to all the entries in this tuple here. So for all these things here, it will check if the current thing that it's looking at is in the analysis dict. And if that is true for all four, then this whole thing is true. So that is what this does. And then, yeah, and here we could also add the filament validation, but for now we'll leave it at that. So okay, so this makes sure that we actually validate that the analysis result contains everything that we want. And this makes sure that once we have calculated things, wait. Wrong. We have to use self-current analysis here. Analysis is just the thing that we have there right now is the thing that came from the. So that would that was the one that came from the output of the analysis tool, not the self-current thing. Also, we need to make sure that if this is not yet a valid value, so it could be none, and if it's none, then this down there will crash, and we obviously do not want that. So I just have to quickly check what happens if entry is what the default value will be for analysis, and where that is actually determined, because right now I would say it isn't. Okay. Or none if there is none, so that's not good. What we want instead is, so we're going to make this properly, do this properly. If there is a self-current analysis, and that is a dictionary, then we are going to merge that. Also, we are going to fix the variable name here. And otherwise, we are gently doing what we did before and are going to return the result. So that should hopefully already be it, and make it so that it reuses the debug, and makes it so that it reuses the stuff that it got injected, and just enriches it with whatever came out of the analysis queue. But it will only run that if this is the case here. if it's needed. And now we're going to wait until the server is fully up, which I think it is. And then we... No, not yet. Oh, wait, it stopped trying. I need to figure out what is causing these please reload things there. That's unusual and that's new. Why did I connect? I did not need to try to connect. It's completely unnecessary. Naja, okay. Test and issue 3387. And then we can... Also, apologies in case you're hearing the church bells outside. It was that one, right? Foo. So we are going to reuse that name. .foo. Did it? Yeah. So it already worked because it... Oh no, that was the upload that we did, right? No, sorry. No, was it that one? I'm confused. We are simply going to remove everything and then are going to quickly check that it actually does what it's supposed to do without the risk of me confusing myself by removing everything we don't need. Okay. Slice. That's not good. Oh yeah, because that should be... That's the same problem that we had earlier. That should be this. Bing bong, bing bong. It's still going on. It's disturbing how often this church can toll the bells, and I have the feeling it's doing it more often these days. In as a replacement for the actual how do you say that in English? The where you get together to pray, the church service, right? Yeah. They are currently not allowed, at least not here. Starting from May 1st, in a different German state, they will be allowed. And yeah, personally, I think that's a bad idea. But hey, okay. So let's try that again. Plop, slice. Resliced, and it's not yet there. That's not good. I'm making so stupid mistakes right now. I'll just claim that it's because of the day of the week, and the week has been quite intense again. And yeah, I'm taking off 2 days next week, on Thursday and Friday, because frankly I'm done. I'm completely and utterly done, and I'm also going to dial back my hours again a bit, because I'm currently I'm doing significantly more hours than I should be doing, considering that I am in this for the long haul. I already talked about that briefly on Twitter today, but yeah, it's time to pull the brakes, so to speak, in order to avoid any long-term mental health issues. And I'm talking about being completely and utterly tired all the damn time here. That looks good. Okay, now it's working. So it got the estimated print time from Cura. That got estimated by the slicer. So let's just quickly 1337. Oh no, it put it in there as oh no, the filament usage. Sorry, it was the filament usage that it got from that. 1 meter, 37 centimeters. And let's just make sure we actually got the last run. That looks like it recalculated it. because otherwise it should be 1 meters. Oh no, 37. Yeah, it rounded it up. No, wait. I'm confused. What does it say in the actual metadata file? There it is. Resliced, right. Filament. Ah, no, that's okay. Yeah, that's okay. So that's the thing that it got from the oh, I should have double clicked that stuff so it actually stays open. Logs, Cura engine log. Yeah, and then we calculate the volume based on the filament size and print time 817 minutes, I think. No, seconds? Seconds, right? Should it be seconds? Is it seconds? Where do we progress? No, print time. Oh, apparently I also persisted this. Oh no, yeah, times 60, so seconds total time. So this here 817 are the yeah, okay, that's actually the value there. But wait, why? I'm confused. Let me quickly understand what is actually happening there. So we are taking the total time from, no, we are not taking the total time from here. Oh, we are taking it from Cura and we are taking it one-on-one. So yeah, so we are taking these 817 minutes there, seconds there, and use those here, and that translates to 13 minutes and 37 seconds. And so that looks like it's okay. So the actual bug that we did have here is that it, yeah, didn't check that the analysis it got supplied was actually complete. But we still do not know what exactly went wrong here with the files that Albert shared. Wait, there. But what we can say is it's definitely a problem inside the data, inside the G-code file. And also weirdly when... Wait. Yeah, but yeah, we're seeing this. Yeah, I'm going to comment on that at a later point because right now I think it would not be the best time to do that, but yeah. But I'm going to move this over here. So okay, we can close that. We can close that. Okay, then the next issue that we're going to take a look at is where was it? There. Oh no, wait. First, we're going to actually commit this. Yeah, this needs another look. So we imported that and then we did this sanity check of the provided analysis and will enrich that if needed. So this is, I don't know, I think this is a bug fix. I think this qualifies as a... I'm good. I'm great. I accidentally locked the desktop. Apologies for that. Yeah, what I actually did want to hit was not Windows L, but Windows Point, because that will fire up the emoji keyboard. And that will allow us to insert this little nifty little thing there. Okay, so only use analysis supplied if it's complete. only use, that is a bit backwards, only use supplied analysis if it's complete. We might not get the full set of data we want from the file, from the add file call, and thus need to enrich the data further with our own analysis results. Whatever we get supplied from the caller will always win. Yeah, I think that sums it up. And I'm getting warnings about my streaming health. I hope that those are unfounded. If so, if not, please tell me if there is any kind of issue, because then I have to work around it if I can. At least I figured out during my tests while trying to debug the sync issues between audio and video that I had last time, that a quick restart of the whole stream already solves the issue. So I have a button for that now if push comes to shove. But yeah, so we're going to push this. And then we're going to take a look at a different ticket, which is this one, which is number 3492. Which I'm quickly going to update down there as well. Daniel, fun fact, this does not only happen when you try to type in an email address, that also happens when you try to type in, when you try to connect to an SSH server. I once found myself in the unlucky situation of having to type on a Mac and trying to do some sysadmin tasks on a remote server, and every time that I typed in SSH Gina at server address, the stupid terminal closed, because it turns out that Alt-GR plus Q, so the right Alt and Q, is the same shortcut as that on Mac closes the keyboard, the current terminal. I'm not entirely sure if it's command or function on these boards, but yeah, that's really bad. And thanks for the feedback. So apparently these, that's really weird here. So it claimed that the bitrate of the stream was too low. Now it claims that the audio stream's bitrate is too low, even though I'm talking, and it's still telling me that the stream status is excellent. I don't know. It's weird. As long as you're still hearing me, apparently everything is working fine, and I should not worry too much about it. But okay, so what we're going to look at now is 3492. Version API returns 200 OK plus data without any X API key. And the issue apparently is that on this one version, on this one API endpoint, which is this one, I think. Yeah. In current versions, we do get the version information without having to authenticate. And let's quickly try that. Nah, we cannot use this terminal because you cannot see that, but I'm going to, let's try if we can reproduce it this way. Yeah, that's not good. So we have a reproduction, so that means we are now, at least we can move that thing into to fix, because it's a confirmed bug. Confirmed bug. Oh, I should have used the chance to also mark the yeah, remove this one. And we can also now tell it that it will be something that we tackle for 141. Yeah, and that should only get returned to us if we actually supply the API key, or at least that is what I'm currently thinking should be the behavior, because yeah, otherwise it's a bit of information leakage that's going on there that we do not really want. Also, it's documented that it should behave that way, and I probably had a reason why I documented it that way. So we need to figure out how to limit it again. There it is, the version. Yeah, and that probably just got accidentally did not get a permission annotation. The question is what we should require here. It should be something that it should be a kind of access level, basically, that everyone who should be allowed to access this instance should be able to, yeah, also access. And the idea here would be to use this one status permission that we have, which is, yeah, like the most basic level kind of access. Where is it defined again? I'm trying to find it there. Lost together basic status and for each job progress, printer state, temperatures mandatory for the default UI to work. So this is the most basic permissions of all of them. And by default, you get them in the user group and the read-only group, and of course also as an admin. And I think this is probably the one that makes the most sense. Have a nice weekend, Weasel. So we are going to use that here, but I first have to check if we need to import it or not. Permissions, we already have that. Okay, so we can do something like permissions status require, and if it's not set, then we want to return a 403. And that should already be it, actually. So if we run this again now, we get a 403. But if we supply it a token, sorry, not a token, an AP. What the? I have to figure out what is going on there. Come on, load. Maybe not an admin thing, but let's just give it that. This is not going to help you in any way. Otherwise, I would not show it to you so happily. Because this is on the local development instance only. Equals. What was it again? Shift insert, right? Yep. And with that it works. And without that it doesn't. So yeah, that was an easy fix. Oh, And I forgot that I also... No, wait. Git log? Yeah. Okay, apparently... Do you see a reword here? No, right? There's no... Oh. Oh, okay, maybe it's down there. No. Okay. Okay, then we do it that way. Yeah, that wasn't a bit too optimistic. Because we also want it to have the issue the ticket number down there. What was that again? 3492. That's better. So that should also have updated here. And if we click there, nothing happens apparently. Okay. Oh, and I'm getting messages from the government of my German state again via Telegram. I was really surprised that they offer that now. But yeah, to keep up to date with the current legislation regarding what is allowed and what is not allowed with regards to Corona and all that. Yeah. Control Shift K and push. And with that, we already have this here solved. Also, just to make sure it actually did push. Yeah, okay. Then we can mark it as solved. Bam. And I can also move it into the corresponding column on the ticket triage project board. Okay, so that was that. Also, I wanted to check what was up with the Kira legacy. Yeah, that is really, really worrying. That it it's showing me this change where I removed this thing as a new commit. Because that would mean that I actually did accidentally push it like that. And that is really, really, really embarrassing. But also, was it Cura Legacy or was it Cura Engine Legacy? But that also means that apparently no one is using that thing because otherwise someone would have noticed by now. Oh, wait. Kira Legacy, Kira Engine Legacy. So the good news is it is not online like that. The question, however, is if it's not online like that, what the heck is going on here with my did I maybe just forget to pull? Oh wait, what is the current status? Yeah, we modified it because what happens if I pull? And we are up to date. Is this still thinking it's talking to, no, that's the current repository. Okay, that really confuses me. So we have this log here, which says the last commit was on May 8th, 2019. Don't allow non-generated JSON output on APIs. See also ticket number 302020, which I guess is an OctoPrint ticket, because otherwise it doesn't. Ah, wait. This is origin master, this is master. We should never push this, because this was an accidental commit that creeped in. So yeah, the problem with this commit dialog of PyCharm that you see here, and which you might have seen earlier, is that if I change something in OctoPrint itself now, which I'm obviously not going to commit, then I'm going to get both of the projects here pre-selected, and then I can enter a commit description here and commit. And what will happen now is if I now pressed commit, it would create a commit called update German translation in both of these projects and in both of these repositories. And yeah, just because I forgot to uncheck that. And that is probably what happened here, because don't allow non-generated JSON output on API CEST 30/2020 22 is definitely something that applied to the original OctoPrint repository, and I fixed some bug there, or I hardened something there, and accidentally committed this this broken this little broken thing there earlier. This, you remember this no, wait, I want to actually keep that running. This part where I put this runtime error, oh my OMG. So that should never have been part of a commit. It was part of a commit. Thankfully, that commit was never pushed. But what we need to do now is get rid of this commit again in our local checkout. So I'm quickly going to do that. And that's actually quite easy. First of all, I'm going to reset everything like this. So we are back to this being inside our code. And then we're going to roll back this nonsense. No, one. And now the log is clean again. We are back to the old stuff. That thing is gone. The commit is vanished. And if we, the next time that the Git garbage collection runs, it will be collected and never have happened. Yeah. But that was just to clean up this mess here. And also this is definitely not needed. Okay. Yeah, I've also tried other stuff than the Git the PyCharm Git commit dialog, but I'm not yet completely happy with anything else, because here's just like Control K and the dialog pops open, and for everything else I have to leave it and go somewhere else, and that's just annoying. Also, yeah, I call it Git and not JIT. I'm sorry. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced. I've always figured it's Git. I'm not sure if this was even the reason for your reaction, Sean, but yeah. Okay. I'm currently thinking if it makes sense to try to figure out why we got this please reload thing. Or if I should Sean, what's the problem with the Git command line interface? I constantly use that thing, actually. Sorry, yeah. So, but I was distracted by the live chat. Um, what I'm thinking is, I'm going to try to figure out why this please reload thing comes popping up, or I should do a quick Python 3 conversion, or yeah, I'm not entirely sure right now what would be the best thing to do actually. I'm thinking that the please reload thing might actually be something that is a bit bigger, so and yes, more words definitely help in communication, Sean. Um, I think I'm going to try to migrate one of my plugins to, or what, migrate to Python 3. Just a quick look at how to do that, and not the Cura legacy thing, because I suspect that will be quite horrible. We're going to try with start with something easy, maybe. So maybe no, that one is already. Maybe the request spinner one, which is like really really simple, because all it has with regards to, oh, I already did that and simply forgot to push it. Okay, never mind then. Command splitter maybe. All them. Yeah, but that is tricky to check now, to test. YAML patcher is also too big of a construction site for today. No. Okay. Yeah, let's take a look at that one. So, looks easy enough. So, first of all, we are going to switch our OctoPrint server over to using Python 3.7, because right now it's using Python 2.7. Oh, sorry, yeah, I should update the... Hello, I want to edit that. Like that. Apparently, we are currently discussing the nuances of how to pronounce potato on the live chat, which is interesting. Also, I say potato. If this is wrong, then I blame my German upbringing, because for us, it's just a Kartoffel. No, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that, nor in that. Also, let me quickly check why that doesn't show me this as being a change that needs to be committed still, because I suspect something. Yeah, that's the exact same issue from earlier. Let me quickly remove this commit and make a proper one. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay, now back to where we actually wanted to work on, which is this one. We restarted the server in Python 3, hopefully. No, we didn't. No, we just switched it to Python 3 and we did not yet restart it. That was the problem, and now it's starting in Python 3. Really nice. Okay. Also, maybe I should drink something. I just realized I haven't. Someday I might actually figure out what this is about. I thought I found the problem that was causing that. I haven't yet. That is still the... You know what? I'm going to quickly fire up the stupid server so that these arrows don't confuse me all the time. Give me a second. So that should be fine. Okay, so now we are started in Python 3 and we're going to confirm that by reloading here. And it says Python 3. Tony, you should see the other screen. Okay, so we started in Python 3.7 and currently the thing is not installed. Or is it installed and not knowing that it should yeah, because it's not flagged as compatible, it should not actually show up in there. That was stupid of me. But it's also not registered there. So we're going to activate the Python 3 virtual environment. And then we are going to install this plugin into it. And now for it to actually even to load under Python 3, we need to tell OctoPrint that it is Python compatible for now. So we can either change tell it that it's compatible, or we can set a debug flag in our config to tell it that it's compatible. But since we will need to make this change here anyhow, I'm going to make it now, even though it probably is not the only thing that I need to change. So this is now 2.7, sorry, greater than or equals to 2.7 and smaller than 4. And then we can restart. And now it should hopefully try to load that thing. That doesn't mean it will be able to load it, because it might have some issues that make it unloadable under Python 3. Now that was this other bug again, which I still haven't figured out. Incompatible. Why is it still incompatible? It should actually not be incompatible now. But I'm slightly confused. It would be trying to install it from our, yeah, but we just did that. Why is it not? Okay. Yeah, sorry, Tony, maybe I should explain that first. So Command Splitter is just a simple helper plugin for, it's not something really fancy or anything. Let me quickly dig up the README because it explains it a bit better than I can come up with right now. So there's the situation with certain, there it is. So some firmware will interpret this as this being 2 commands, and some won't. And in order to not run into any issues like that and just have a clear yes, thank you, Sean, exactly. Just to avoid this being sent to the printer like that and having to rely on the firmware doing the right thing, which it probably won't, because these days it's all over the place whether this will actually split the line or not. It will do that for you. So if it finds something like this, it will turn it into 2 lines like this. We'll also translate the comment over there. If, on the other hand, it finds something like this, where the colon is escaped, it will ignore it. and not touch it. So yeah, it's not a plugin that is installed a lot, I think. But it's still something that I maintain, and so far I haven't marked it as abandoned. So yeah, I really need to at least mark it as Python 3 compatible, and then I can still think of whether I want to keep maintaining it or not. It's a fairly simple thing, and so far it has not caused a lot of overhead in maintaining it. So I think it's worth it to just keep it, because it will help some people with some very specific kind of issues. It's one of these plugins that I have that I still maintain, also like fixed CBD firmware, which I actually just created a couple of weeks ago, or this Monoprice, where was it? No, the Malian connection fix there, which by the way I also still need to turn into Python, which I still need to confirm as Python 3 compatible and mark up accordingly. Which, yeah, not everyone needs them. They are mostly not of use to most of the people, but to those who they are of use of, they are a ton of use of. For I hope this was at least partially correct English, and you know what I wanted to say. And I'm going to do the same thing I did last time. So that should have worked, but it didn't, and I'm slightly confused. So I'm going to check my own documentation, which I usually do when I get confused. We have a Python 3. Oh, it's not PyCompat, it's Python Compat. Okay. That explains it. See, I should have read the documentation. If I just had read my own documentation, we would not have been in this situation just now. Yeah, it seems to... No, wait. Oh yeah, it seems to be happy. It's probably not going to be very happy when I actually try to run it. So I'm going to quickly upload a file, because what it does is it processes files when they are uploaded, not when they... Yeah, see, this is what I expected. Because that thing acts as a... First of all, it acts as a line processor stream. So this is something that needs adjustment for Python 3. And also it uses regexes, which need a bit of adjustment and all that. So let me quickly check something here. Common pitfalls, but with Zoom code, absolutely. I thought I had added that here. Oh no, I actually have. Yeah, please note that this. So the big change between Python 2 and Python 3 is the string handling. So in Python 2, if you have a double quoted or single quoted, so if you have a regular quoted string, Python will assume that it is a set of bytes basically, and if you prefix it with a U, then it will say, oh, it's a Unicode. And in Python 3, they basically swapped that. So by default, a quoted string will be a Unicode instance, and you need to prefix it now with a B in order to turn it into a bytes instance. That causes some fun problems when you have to convert between the one or the other, and if you have not taken proper care of what kind of data type you work on, it will also cause issues. And in case of the line processor stream, Python's own internal APIs have changed. It says here that line processor stream will now return bytes instead of string on its process line functions on a Python 3. So if you use that, and hey, the command splitter does, then you have to take that into account. So the problem that we now have here is we are checking if line starts with this. This, however, double quoted string, and we are under Python 3, is now a Unicode. So we are now checking if a line coming from our file, which means it's currently a bytes string, so just bytes, it's not, let's say it's not really binary, but let's, for the sake of explanation, let's just say a binary object, and we are trying to check if it starts with a text. And this just doesn't work. This is a mismatch of types here. And this is why we get this error here. So what we must make sure here is, in all these cases, we do want to work with bytes and not with Unicode. So, so this needs to be bytes. 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 Bytes, bytes, bytes. Bytes, 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 bytes. I think that was it. So let's try if that already fixed the issue. I'm sorry, I have a bit of a problem with dry lips, which is why I just had to quickly apply some stuff. Yeah, so we restarted, and now we're going to do the same thing again. We're trying to upload this file. And it's still running into issues. Can't connect string to bytes. Ah, I forgot one. There is one here. There. This must be. Oh, there's actually two. This must be in B, and this must also have a B for prefix. Is there something else left like that? Nope. Okay. Next try. And yeah, this is the stuff that you will run into when converting. And this is also something where I expect the Cura Legacy plugin to be a bit of a mess for myself when I need to port it, and which I actually need to do soon. Because of I interact with this external process, so the Cura engine process, and do some parsing of the data that comes in from it. And that, of course, also now needs to be checked for Unicode versus bytes issues. And yeah, this is not a ton of fun, but it is the way. It's still a problem. Cannot use a string pattern or bytes like object. Okay, next problem. We compiled a regex up here. Actually, we compiled two regexes up here, and we compile them as a Unicode pattern, and we don't want that. And now I'm thinking, do we need? I think we do just this, which tells it it's a raw string. Or do we actually have to make it like that? I think actually like that. So again, restart. Okay. Next try. Please. That looks promising. If it actually... Ooh, okay. So it did not crash this time. And we can check if it completely mangled the file or not by quickly taking a look inside it. What was it? I think that one. And that still looks okay. This is actually one. Yeah, it looks mostly okay. What I noticed, but this is unrelated to Python 2 versus Python 3 earlier today when I ran this plugin for trying to check on a bug, is that the original file had this here. And for some reason, the plugin currently strips empty lines, and that should not be the case. And that is something that I need to look in. But this is something that it has done, that it does regardless of Python version. So yeah, this is not something that I'm going to take care of now. But so this is now Python 3 compatible. And I think I actually had a ticket for that on the repository of that thing. Did I? Yeah. So number 1. So we are going to do that. Oh, and then maybe we should also increment the version, come to think of it. Yeah, I could have saved myself a push here, but I forgot. Yeah, that closed this successfully. And now we're going to push out a new release for this because no, that, yeah. Oh, come to think of it, maybe we should check that it actually still, yeah, I did this, yeah, or should I? Yeah. Going to stop this, we're going to quickly switch it back to Python 2.7. And then we're going to repeat the test just to make sure that we should actually have done this before we pushed it, but yeah, we didn't. Oh, that sounds good. I have to look up if is it called like that, or is there something like that? Do you already know that? Codelands. Okay. Oh, that's nice. I want that. I want that so much. I'm actually going to quickly check if I can quickly install it. Hey. Oh, I need to go there. We are going to do that right away. So we are running under Python 2.7. Just to make sure we actually are running under Python 2.7. Yes, we are. And we're going to try the same thing again. Looks good. Did it strip the weight there? Yeah. So it still works. So I did not break it, and I actually did not do an oopsie. Actually, this is an improvement. Like that. And this is only half the deal, because we now fixed the code itself, but what most people for some reason forget is we actually need to mark it up in the plugin repository. So I'm going to quickly scroll over to the file here, command splitter MD. That's the one from the plugin where how it's registered, and then I'm going to add the Python compat flag for that as well. Because if I don't, then you will be able to install the plugin manually in OctoPrint, and it will start and run. But if you try to install it from the plugin manager, it will be displayed as incompatible, and you do not want that. We want it to be actually like this, and this is also mentioned here in the migration thing, also down here in the checklist. So, oh, maybe I should change this to less than 4 and not less than 3. That was a bit, yeah. I'm going to quickly do that in a sec. Yeah, so we did this. Did we do this? Come to think of it. I mean, now it's too late because we already pushed a new release, but we didn't. That's not ideal. Oh well. Now we did this. We tested it. Everything worked. And we are actually going to... Oh, no, I do not want to commit this yet. Update headers. No, wait. Update future imports. And before I push this, we're actually going to turn this into a 1 and amend this so that it becomes part of the earlier commit. And we do not want to amend that part. Oh. That looks okay. Yep. So we're quickly going to push the next release, which is a bit unusual and not ideal, but yeah, it's a Friday evening. This is such a tricky word to type. Okay. Like this. So just to make sure we didn't make, so 121 is 021 is in here. We did set all this stuff up there. The stuff is still looking like it did before. And just to make sure, it should also still work, of course. So we are quickly going to restart and check. So yeah, it still uploads, so it's fine. We didn't break anything. So we can do this. Okay. And now back to what we actually were doing here. So that looks correct as well. So we're going to push this Python, command splitter is now pi3 compatible. And I will probably need to rebase this because I think there were changes to this repository, but yeah, we'll see in a sec. Yeah, this is what I expected. Yep, and now it should hopefully soon, once the page build has run through, show up here. We are already now at 61 of 198 plugins listed as compatible. I'm not sure if it yet includes the command splitter plugin or not. Let's check what it says here. Yeah, that's not yet updated. The page build is probably still running. It's taking its sweet time, and sometimes it needs an additional trigger. So I hope it doesn't do that today, because that would be a bit annoying just when we are live streaming this. I don't know why it is, but sometimes GitHub Pages and all this plugin repository, this complete plugin repository, runs on GitHub Pages. It's a static website built from a huge Jekyll template. Yeah, sometimes these things take a bit until they update and need an extra push or something. Okay. Let's check if this is the case right now, and once I'm done checking it, it's probably already run through or something. Was it visible under the actions? No, it wasn't. I'm actually thinking about making this build triggered by the action, so I have a bit more control over it, because right now it's just whenever something goes wrong there, I have no way to really debug it or so, and yeah, just like now. It's still the old thing. Okay. What I usually do in these cases is I add a white space somewhere. But where? I don't know. Let's remove this one. This is so annoying, really. No, it should be greater than equals, and not equals greater than in Python. And this is being used in Python. So yeah, ignore that this says 3, it should say 4, but this is correct. Or did you mean that? Because yeah, here it's, yeah, I still need to fix that. The question is, we're giving it one last chance, and now it, yeah, okay. So here it's updated now, and now it's 62 plugins and 31%, and we did not need this tickle commit actually, but, or did I push it? No, I didn't. Yeah, I can roll that back then. But what we now will do quickly is fix the no, wait. There I want to go. Is fix the docs, and for that I actually have to switch to the master branch of OctoPrint, which is something that still annoys me greatly. That in order to fix the live documentation, I have to push to the master branch of OctoPrint, which I actually only want to do on release. But yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to quickly edit this file here, which is the source for this page we just saw. And here down here, it needs to say 4. We're also going to add that, because I tend to forget it, so I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who forgets that. And if I am, this will help me to be a reminder for myself. Oops. Okay. And we edited the docs here, so we want, which one was it? That. Fix an error in the docs. Yeah, I think that's enough. If someone takes a look at the docs, they will see which kind of error it was, I hope. And then we are going to push that. We are going to push that. And then it will hopefully soon, trademark, be built by read the docs. so that this page here will also be updated. And then I also have to merge that up to maintenance actually. Let me quickly do that. Okay, that should hopefully be done now. And we don't need all that actually. Yep, so that is that thing, Python 3 compatible. And I'm not actually going to look into that today, but ooh, that might actually not be that bad. If we are already working with Unicode literals in here, then most of the work on this thing is probably already done on the Cura Legacy plugin. So just out of curiosity, let us check what happens if we mark it as compatible. And we also have to install it, I think. Because we did not yet have it installed in a Python 3 environment. And then we restart, and then let's see if we can still slice, because if we can still slice, then, well, that was easy. Though I will not release it like that then, like that immediately, because that's definitely not something that I want to do on a Friday evening in case someone still relies on that thing. That sees a bit more use, I think, than the command splitter. Though not that much, probably. Yeah, so we are simply going to reuse this stuff again. Slicer is detected, slicing profile is detected, and we are slicing under Python 3. Go. 103.7, 103.7 looks good. All the data is there too. Well, that was easier than I expected. Way easier. Do we have a development branch on that thing, or what was it there? Cura Legacy? Nah, we don't. Do I push it or don't I push it? I mean, I can push it. I just don't push a new release now, or do I? Okay, let's do a bit more of a test. So slicing works. We already saw that. Now we're going to upload. Upload. So does this work? Yes, it does work. Import profile. We're simply going to import the same profile again, but not rename it this time. Confirm. That seems to have worked as well. We're going to take a quick look into the files to verify that they look the same, the one under Python 2.7 and the one under Python 3. So this was the one that we imported under Python 2, sorry. That looks like this, and no surprises there. The values look okay. And now the one that we just imported, that looks the same. Actually, can we compare these? Yep. Yeah, so I mean, the display name and the import information are different and everything else is the same, so that still works. Finally, someone! I've been under my so sotto voce, I've been going, push it all the time, every time that I pushed the last couple of episodes, and no one never reacted to that. Yeah, so that works. Everything here works apparently. We import it. We can also delete. We can test delete. We can mark as default. Does this work? This also works. We're going to delete something with Unicode, or we're going to import something and give it some name with a Unicode just to. Oh. So that's interesting. What happened there? It doesn't like that, but I cannot delete it anymore either. But I don't think that this is a Python 3 issue, because Python isn't yet even involved. This is a bug, a current bug in this thing. Does this work when I... it doesn't like it when it starts with that. Interesting. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with Python 3. And also I actually did want to try to import something with an umlaut. Yeah, page 2. That works. Yeah, I think we definitely can consider this, done in that case. And I am even going to push this as a new release now, because that's good enough for me. The only changes that I did should not influence Python 2 runs, running under Python 2. And under Python 3, it looks like it works. So we're going to push that. Push it. Make Python 3 compatible. And then we push that. And then we do a new release for this as well. Do we have an issue? Did I forget it? Yeah. I forgot to mention this issue. By the way, when I got this ticket, I found it so cute. Like this: OctoPrint will no longer support previous versions of Python in the near future. I know. I mean, it's my project. But okay. Oops. Yeah, we're going to close this manually. But first we are going to make a new release. Draft. And it's going to be 110, right? Just to check. Yep. 110. Stable. Improvements are... and there we are going to mention the ticket at least, which was... What? No, what again? Oops. Blah. Number 3. Number 3. Add Python 3 compatibility. Yeah. Implemented as of version 1.1.1. Close, done. And then the same thing that we did earlier. We need to update the plugin repository as well. Cura legacy is where? There. And we know the drill. Compatibility Python and that is 2.7 and 4. And come to think of it, we should actually quickly roll back the little tickle thing that we did earlier. Oh crap, can I still do that without nuking these changes? Ah well, we are going to push it as well. Who cares? Yeah, okay, we're going to wait. Is it on no? Yeah, okay. And this is the only change that we did? Yes. Commit. Push it. Go. And hopefully this won't take as long as before, I hope. It would be nice if this jumps up a bit to 63 a bit faster than the last one. And while we wait for that, you know what? The request spinner is an absolute no-brainer. Because that is literally, I don't even have to test that. This is literally the same thing in Python 2.7 and Python 3. And it already uses Unicode literals. And it doesn't even use any absolute imports. And there is no integer division. And none of the usual pitfalls are on the Python 2 side here. The thing is completely implemented in JavaScript. And the only thing that is done in Python for this thing is making sure it can update itself and injecting a bunch of stuff into the front end. So this works. I don't have to check that even, and I'm pretty sure I did before when I added that. So we're going to push this, and we're also updating the version number, obviously. Yeah. Is there a ticket number for that? Just before I do this same mistake again that I did earlier. Where is it? There. Oh dear, last commit 5 years ago. I mean, there is not much to it, in my defense. And it also doesn't have any issues for the issue on that. Okay, so we can just push this. And it's successful, and in the meantime we can quickly check if this has... Yep, it has updated, great. I don't know if you saw that, but it's now at 63. And now for the request spinner, we are going to quickly create a new release. You already know the drill, right? No 0.2.0, 0.2.0 stable. Improvements. Make Python 3 compatible. And we're done with that. And then the same thing as before, just with a different plugin. Requests spinner, there it is. Like that. Request spinner is now Py3 compatible. And we push this as well. That's nice. Yeah. And that also means I think there are not that many plugins that I still actually maintain that are Python 2 only. The Malion connection fix is still an issue, the YAML patcher. Display progress, yeah, that's also one. But the rest is not my problem anymore. Nice. Ha! That feels good. Okay, so 2 plugins still to do from my zoo of stuff that I still maintain officially, and then it's done. Okay. But we're not going to do that today because it's already 20 past 7 and it's time I call it a day. But at least we are now at 64 out of 198 plugins that are Python 3 compatible, which is almost a full third. And we can actually... where am I? There am I? No. There. So that should now list as yep. And that should now list yep. And that should also list yep. That's nice, isn't it? Okay. Good. So, yeah, we're calling that good enough for today. So quickly back to me. Okay, so we fixed a bunch of issues today, even though the first one was not the one that we actually did want to fix, and I still have to answer, or type up an answer to Albert on that ticket. And I actually think I will still do this tonight before I switch over to my weekend mode, because on Monday we'll probably have forgotten the result of our findings, or rather our findings. But yeah, so we did that, and I also converted 3 plugins to Python 3 compatibility mode, which was way less work than I anticipated, to be honest. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure yet if I'll be able to squeeze one in next week, because yeah, I'll only be working on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and take Thursday and Friday off. Friday is a public holiday in Germany anyhow. And I already have a meeting on Tuesday night with a different time zone, so I will not be able to fit it in there. So that only leaves Monday and Wednesday, and frankly, I don't know if I can do either. But yeah, if push comes to shove, we'll see each other not next week, but the week after next again. I also still need to schedule a new OctoPrint on air sometime, I think. Pretty sure that is way overdue as well. But yeah, I'll take care of that next week. I will not worry about this today. Yeah, I hope it was entertaining. It was a bit different than the last things that we did, but it is still, yeah, I mean, this whole maintenance stuff and bug analysis and all that, this is stuff that I have to do it every day. And I also remember that it was a wish that I showed how to migrate a plugin to Python 3, so that is also now taken care of. And yeah, that's pretty much all that I still have to say, I think. I hope we did not have any syncing issues today. At least I did not get this impression from the live chat. And yeah, I also did not have weird slowdowns or anything. And apart from accidentally locking myself out of my own computer for a second there because I hit the wrong shortcut, everything worked smoothly. Also, yeah, question from the live chat just now. When's the next batch of stickers going out? So I'm currently keeping the sticker shipments on hold because Deutsche Post, which I'm sending it through, is not guaranteeing me delivery enough that I entrust the stuff to them. So the thing is, they claim that letters should go through unimpeded, but it was a bit too much of a should that then I found trustworthy. So yeah, I'm going to evaluate when next, so in about 2 weeks or so. But yeah, the last time I checked, which was I think on Wednesday or so, they were still very much most bigger countries on earth, especially the US and Europe, parts of Europe and all that, are still in stage yellow instead of green with regards to mail delivery and so. And I don't really want to entrust the stickers to that, because yeah, best case they take ages to arrive, worst case they don't arrive at all, which makes us all unhappy because you don't get stickers and I have to pay the postage twice. So yeah, we're going to wait a bit to make sure that it actually can be delivered. Also, yeah, I'm not sure if I should send stuff now that is not entirely necessary to be sent, if you get my drift, because the whole postage system in Germany, and I'm pretty sure not only here but also elsewhere, is under heavy load right now, because everyone is asked to stay home and not walk around. So everyone, myself included, is ordering a ton of stuff. So and some of that also arrives through the regular post, so the regular envelopes kind of mailing stuff, and the other stuff arrives to the package companies, which of course I'm not using for stickers. But yes, you get my drift. I'm just feeling like it doesn't constitute that as that urgent that I first of all should risk now that stuff gets lost, and secondly that it arrives very very late, and thirdly that it burdens an already overburdened or very very taxed delivery system further. So yeah, we're going to wait a bit more. And I'm also not going to go like, because I just saw that in the live chat where you're located, Vincent. I'm not going to start dividing this by, yeah, this is easy to do and this is not easy to do, because yeah, doing this processing of the sticker shipments is a ton of work and already, and I don't want to do it more often than I have to. So I don't want to split this up and then make things complicated even further. And yeah, that the stickers will ship, and all of them will ship, and yeah, don't worry about that. It will happen. The scariest thing on my shirt, former lurker asks. Well, this is a welcome to Hawkins. This is one of those shirts from QWERTY, in this case with a Stranger Things theme. So I have this whole collection of a ton of stuff, and this shelf back there is not a shelf but a table, by the way. And yeah, that's new. That's high enough so that the AC unit fits underneath, which is very nice. And I might, the next time that we see each other, I might have something new sitting on there. So yeah, wish me luck that it arrives soon. And I think that's it. Yeah, that looks okay. And again, for those of you tuning in later, no, I'm not a victim of violence other than from a pizza peel. So crazy freak household accidents. Yeah, okay. So yeah, so until next time, whenever that may be, either next week or the week after, I'm not entirely sure yet, but just yeah, subscribe and hit the bell and you will be notified about it. Or just follow me on Twitter, or rather OctoPrint 3D on Twitter. And no, it will not be a printer, Justin. It will actually be a laser engraver. Yeah. Or laser cutter / engraver. Yeah. So next time, as I said, not entirely sure yet, next week or the week after, follow me on Twitter and or subscribe here on YouTube and hit the bell and all that, and you know the drill. And until then, I hope you all stay healthy and wash your hands regularly. Wear a mask, please. If you have to go outside, try to not go outside if you don't have to. And yeah, we'll see each other then, when we'll see each other, and I hope that will be soon. And until then, happy printing. Bye.